How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video with me, OLT TV. And as you can see over my left shoulder there, we have the Mk8 Golf GTI, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the 5 things that I've hated about this car. So the Mk8 Golf then, it's actually a car I have actually really enjoyed, but there is things I dislike about it. Maybe not hate, but there is things I don't like about it, and I'm going to get into all them with you right now. The first thing then that I don't like about this car, which struck us quite quickly as soon as I got into it here, is actually going to be when you're spending 33 grand or more on this car. Obviously 33 grand's where it starts at. I just think there should be a lot less scratchy materials inside the car. For spending that sort of price range, I think there should be a lot more leather, and the durability of the inside of the car should actually be a bit better. I'll get into things specifically, but just to start with, when you open up that door, it's the door cards for me that do it. And the first thing I noticed was the plastic all on the inside of this door. I just opened the door and I saw it and I thought, ooh, straight away that's going to be something I don't like. So I'll jump in the car and I'll show you a few more things. Jumping inside then, as I'm talking about this first thing that I've hated and really not enjoyed about this Golf R, it is this scratchy material all along here, as you can see. Comes onto the dash, but the dash isn't as scratchy, which is a lot better. But this all along the door, all in here, it's all scratchy materials. You look at sort of the door bin, as you can see the marks already from getting in and out of this car that have caught dust on them and scratches. And I just think it's just not a very nice sort of plastic material that you wouldn't expect necessarily in a VW, and you definitely wouldn't expect in a car that's going to cost you upwards of 35 grand in the modern day. The second thing then that I've hated about this Golf GTI Mk8 is actually going to be all of the touch buttons in this car. So I'll start it up for you. Once you start it up, you'll see that this screen comes on, and the first thing that I want to do is tell you that the touch screen itself is alright, but the problem I have with it is actually going to be the fact that everything goes through this touch screen. So everything you want to do goes on the touch screen or this little dial here. So if I want to turn the aircon down, which I found out when I've got into this car, I want to turn it up, everything has to be done along this little touch bar, which if I can get the camera to focus, is good. It looks nice, don't get us wrong, but practicality wise, I'm just not a fan of it. To get your aircon to turn down, you press that and you get this little thing in the corner, and I'm unsure of necessarily how you would actually turn the fan speed up and down on this. Like, I can't actually work out if there is an ability to do it yet, so forgive us if I'm wrong, but I haven't worked out on this touch bar where you'd have to do that. So instead you have to press climber here, which then brings up this bar, and then you then have to do all of this to bring it up and down. So that's bringing it right up, bring it down again. I just feel like that's really impractical, especially when you're driving, to have to touch that, get it up on the screen, and then slide your finger along a touch bar all while driving, where you can easily miss. Like, don't get us wrong, if you just touch a little bit underneath, it kind of picks up your finger, but right, I don't know what I'm doing here now. Get that off. Basically, yeah, I just find that isn't ideal to do everything on that screen. I haven't been a fan of it at all. I would much prefer some physical dials over here, which would allow us to handle and control the climate of this car. So that's going to be the second thing that I've hated about this one. So the third thing that I've actually hated about this car actually surprised us, to be honest. I thought, with it being a Mk8 Golf GTI, I thought I've loved every other Golf previously, but it's going to be a styling point. I've absolutely loved the other sort of designs of Golfs and the styling features of it, but this one I've actually been really disappointed in something on the GTI. So if I spin the camera around, I'm going to show you the design point that I've been a bit disappointed by with this one. First thing, right, I do actually like this new grille here, this honeycomb style. What I don't like is two aspects of the new styling. The first thing is going to be that the honeycomb grille doesn't actually come all the way along open like you would think. This bit is all fake and plasticky, and that's just, again, plastic on the inside of those honeycombs, which I just really don't like. I love it there where it's all open and you can see straight through the grille, but it's just the plastic bits on there which I'm not a fan of. I know it'll be to hide certain things, like there's the turn and corner light down there, so it will be something specific why that has to be there, but it's just something I didn't like. The second thing that I haven't liked about the styling of this car is actually going to be the side skirt here on this one then. And if you can see, as I bring you close again, it's actually the same scratchy sort of material that you'll find on the inside of your door cards. So I get it. You add a side skirt to a car and make it look more sporty, make people know that it's the GTI and make it look like it's sitting lower and whatnot, but just put it as a better material. I know bumpers a lot of these days in cars are all plastic, but to put a little strip of a metal side skirt there, or just to have the actual chassis door frame of the car be all one and lowered, I just think should have been maybe a consideration for VW on this one, because all they've actually done is they've kept the normal Golf's door and the sill along the bottom and just added that plastic side skirt to it, which I think, yeah, it looks great when it's the white on the black, but if you have a black version of this car or a dark coloured version of this car, that black is going to be different, the plastic is going to be different to the paint of your car, and I just don't think that's going to work whatsoever. Back inside again for the fourth thing that I haven't enjoyed about this car, and it's something that actually really surprised us, to be honest, especially with all the tech that is in this car, the touch screens, the digital dash, the haptic touch steering wheel. I really thought this car was going to have reversing cameras as standard, but as you see when I bang this into reverse, it doesn't have any cameras whatsoever. That is the only screen and only assistance you get to reverse this vehicle. As you can see, well, I'll have to actually move it. As you can see, if I just reverse slightly, you then get this yellow strip. If you turn your wheel as so, you get the arch of where the vehicle is going to sort of bend and shape towards in your reverse. Going the other way like so, as you can see, as you turn the tyres, you will get this yellow strip indicating where your vehicle is going to end up as you're reversing. I just thought it was really surprising on a car that's going to set you back probably 35 grand minimum, up to 40 if you're speccing it, with all the tech that this new GTI has, that it would have a reversing camera, but unfortunately it doesn't. It doesn't have a reversing camera, it doesn't have a front facing camera, it has no 360 camera as standard, and I was just a little bit disappointed with that one, to say the least. I thought with all the money and all the tech, that's one thing that I did expect this car to have. So that's going to be the fourth thing that I haven't enjoyed about this car. Fifth and final thing that I haven't liked about this car, and to be honest, it gets us with a lot of modern cars, mainly electric ones, so I was surprised when it came to the GTI, but it is actually going to be another new design feature on this one. You're not going to be able to tell because obviously you can see it's bright sunny skies out at the minute. It's actually going to be the front of the Golf for me for this one, and that is going to be the new light bar that, as you can see, starts just about there and comes all the way around to the front of the car. I just don't like big light bars on the front of cars. I think they look absolutely mint on the back of cars, but on the front of them I'm just not a fan whatsoever. The one thing that does it for me with the Golf and a lot of other modern cars, like you can see it on the new electric Mercedes, is when this light bar comes all the way along the front like so, there is always a split here. So if you're driving and you see this car behind you at night in your rear view mirror, or you see it coming down the road, whatever, you're going to see the lights of the car round here. You're going to see a light along the top, and then you're going to see your light bar going across the front of the bonnet. It then splits here and on the other side here. I don't like it. I just don't think it looks nice whatsoever. Other people will like it, other people will love it. Obviously people do like it enough for Golf to implement it into the new GTI. I just really don't think it goes on this car. I feel like it's more of an electric car styling feature than it is a sporty, naturally aspirated car like the Golf is. When I saw it, I thought, ooh, might be quite nice, and then I saw it at the night and I saw it in a rear view mirror while I've been driving it, and I just thought, nah, not for me. And that was just the fifth thing that I really didn't like about this one. So just to round it off then, the styling points that I didn't like, I didn't like the plastic honeycomb grille, I didn't like the plastic side skirt, I don't enjoy that light bar. It's disappointing that the car does not have rear view or surround cameras on it. I didn't like the tech on the inside, which meant everything goes through that front screen. I just think really the scratchy materials on the inside and the durability inside for the scratchy materials, especially all the plastic, just doesn't bode well for a car that's going to set you back quite a fair bit of money, and being VW's pretty much flagship in the Golf. There you have it then, guys. That has been the 5 things that I've hated about the Mk8 Golf GTI. Please drop a comment, drop a follow, drop a like, subscribe, all those things. Let us know what you think about this car, and let us know how you would find the things that I've told you that I've hated. Please do check the 5 things I loved on this car. I actually did one a few years ago on a 2021 plate. I think it was, might be a 22 plate, but it was definitely a 2021 model. So this one is an updated one for the 2024. Please go and check out all those videos and let us know what you think. Cheers, guys.